Hey guys, welcome back to the Loot Table. How's everybody been?
Alright.
Good. See what I did there?
Check out Slapshot. You're gonna love my nuts.
You're gonna love my nuts. This is Taco. I am joined by
Space Case.
DJ.
EB0.
Woo woo.
and yeah, I mean
We recording and stuff.
we're doing stuff today. I don't know how much I'm gonna keep of the B-reel of that last 20-minute conversation.
You have to put in the whole thing about the Adam Sandler movie.
I think I'm just gonna
Just throw it at the end.
I don't know. I think I'm gonna cut it up and actually put some production value into it.
Okay.
I might. I don't know.
Whatever we gotta do.
Special episode?
Future me, redact that if I
That
don't
was
do
some
this.
that was some good shit. So maybe we shouldn't release it because I don't want someone else stealing our idea.
Wow, that'd be higher.
Adam Sandler, we're coming for you. Take that as you will.
I mean, we're literally going to steal your identity.
We see how you play your game, and we're on to you. We're gonna do it from now on.
And 4 can play at that game.
So how's it going, guys?
It's good. It's good.
I'm launching right into it
Do
because
it.
I need to share some good news.
Oh no, we're gonna get deep.
We talk about fandoms a lot on this show, and I was thinking about how modern of an idea that is. Fandom is not something that has really been a thing in history. Not really. So, I have found what I think really helps us start the whole fandom thing for the first time. There is an old radio drama series called X-1. All the cheesy, crappy sci-fi stuff you can imagine originates with this show. Okay? Like, the intro even has that fade in, the X, minus, 1, 1, 1. That whole thing.
Is this like from
This is legit.
a long time ago?
Yes.
Okay.
It first aired in 1950.
Cool.
Every single episode that has ever aired is on archive.org.
Fuck yes.
I've been listening to them on my lunch and when I go to sleep at night, and they are the best things ever. Like, I bring it up with the fandom thing because this is like the first thing where people could say they're a fan of it that way. You know, this is before TV was even big. So basically comics and this was it. So sci-fi, fantasy, this is something that really got its start with all of that. And a perfect example of that is there is the very first episode, they're in a rocket and they're talking about launching off. And you can clearly see the analogy of the space race and all that. But just that first scene, thinking about modern stuff like Star Trek, even Star Wars, this one radio drama has had such an influence, and I'd never even heard about it until recently. And it ran for like 8 years.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is a big show, and it just fades into obscurity.
Could you imagine, like, living back then and this is the only thing? Well, I mean, like, I guess it wouldn't be so bad because if we were in that time, we wouldn't have any notion of the fandoms or
Right.
the media that we're used to now. But,
Right.
like, could you imagine being the person that you are now with all of your experiences, having to only get your one source of entertainment from the radio? And sometimes people wouldn't have radios in their homes. Like, that was something you'd spend a lot of money on to get into your house, and you'd only have one of them, and then everybody had to share it.
Yep.
And if mom didn't want to listen to X-1 that night, then guess what? You're going to bed without dinner.
That's some hardcore stuff.
Or whatever,
but yeah,
I guess. I mean,
Have a salesman
Parenting.
come to your door. Could I interest you in a Marconi wireless device?
I don't know.
It makes me think of podcasts, like what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
This audio format has kind of been revived, and yet we don't see a lot of those radio dramas that haven't been brought back.
I wish.
You know?
I mean, that was one of the first ideas that we had coming into this was like, oh, let's do a radio drama or like a radio show. But like to put that kind of stuff on now even is still expensive and time consuming.
Yeah. Like, Audible just released one for free for a month. It's not free now. But they adapted the first volume of Lock and Key, the comic,
Oh, really?
into an audio drama. And it's pretty fucking awesome.
Right?
Like, it was great.
The ones that come to mind are like Night Vale.
Yeah, that was
radio.
kind of That's one of those things that, like, they give a little bit of information, and just enough to make you really go like, what the fuck? And then your mind just fills in everything else, and the fandom took off with it.
Well,
like,
that's how a lot of the old radio stuff works. Like War of the Worlds, you don't really know what the aliens look like at first. your imagination ran rampant.
Oh yeah, rampant to the point where people thought it was actually happening.
Right.
Went and got buckets, put them on their head, and fought the alien Nazis.
But no,
Nazis didn't exist then. Sorry.
One of the posts I saw from, I don't know if it was a Night Vale fan page or if it was actually Night Vale, but they were like, remember kids, 1 in 6 people get eaten by spiders while they're sleeping. It's just like, because they take something like a well-known, phony statistic, you eat, 6 spiders a year.
I love that statistic because it's a fake statistic created to prove how quickly fake statistics spread.
Yeah, I'm sure, 70% of statistics are made up on the spot. So, stuff like that. So, it takes something that's well known and it changes just a couple words in it, and it fits it almost that one puzzle piece you've been looking for in the box, that corner piece or something, fits it right into its own little meta. Like, it fits perfectly within the series of Night Vale.
But funny thing is, though, they turned that shit on its head because, one of the big bads when it started was the glow cloud.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now the glow cloud is the head of the PTA. It's a great show.
And hopefully,
It's so random.
it's something that I hope we can emulate if we do start the night crew.
Yeah, the
So,
late shift or night shift.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, radio dramas.
We talked about that last time. We didn't listen to our podcast, apparently, so.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm a busy
You-
guy.
And he was there.
He wouldn't
We
there for
experienced it. Oh, he wasn't.
not for the night, when we talked about the night shift, no.
Oh, that's right, because that was just all three of us.
Oh, Mike might have been there, I think, maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was the Ryan episode.
Was it?
Yeah.
I was there for that.
Yeah, but you left.
I left after the loot table.
Yeah.
So.
I think we talked about it after that, though. Pretty
That's
sure.
how it is. That's fine. Whatever.
It's whatever. Anyway, are we done talking about radio shows?
We're bickering.
Well, that was just our first topic.
I know.
We don't have any segues, so here's some nice music.
Boo-doo-boo-doo-doo-doo.
Dun, 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 dun.
Boats and hoes!
Why you gotta screw it up like that? I was going for like a vibe, like a cafe, like smooth jazz.
You could find some fucking royalty free.
Oh, I'm gonna put some shit in here. Don't you worry, boats and hoes.
If I need to just throw the next topic out, I will.
Oh,
I really have nothing.
Maria!
That shit's getting cut.
Why? That was a brilliant performance by an up-and-coming artist.
I really had nothing to talk about going into this, so.
Yokai Watch.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yokai Watch.
Lay it on me.
I am a Pokemon fanatic, and I have been my whole life. Yokai Watch is repeatedly described as the Pokemon killer. It's the top-selling game on the eShop for Nintendo for the past week, and every title it's launched has been that way. All that shit is bullshit. It's a good game. It is not a Pokemon killer. Comparing Yokai Watch to Pokemon is like telling people to drink scotch they're really going to like this new wine or new whiskey or something like that. They're in the same genre, but they're totally different. Yokai Watch does a far better job of really pushing exploration and humor, where Pokemon doesn't really do that a whole lot. So, yeah, if you like monster games, Yokai Watch is pretty cool.
Yeah.
If you think it's a Pokemon killer, you're an idiot.
I don't think it's set out to be.
No, it's just in the same genre. I mean, matter of fact, the design...
Digimon did not try to kill Pokemon. It is just...
It wrote the coattails.
Yeah.
It really did. I mean...
Yeah, but Digimon was like...
Digimon was the better show.
I love Digimon. Like
the show, I gotta admit, yeah.
if we could talk about Digimon, because I literally just saw it in my email. Crunchyroll emailed me.
The
and
Tri
said
was
that
coming out.
Yeah.
Pokemon or Digimon Adventure Tri is on. They've got like 3 episodes up already for premium users.
I've always wondered that about the original. Mm-hmm. Like, if the producers of Digimon looked at Pokemon and said, okay, their games, we can't beat that, but their show sucks.
Yeah.
So let's make a good show.
Well, their games, I mean, the Digimon games that came out were actually pretty good. There were some pretty good
They
Digimon
can be.
games.
They're a little simplistic.
They weren't, again, they weren't trying to battle, the Pokemon games. It wasn't the same.
If I remember correctly, it was like a proper JRPG, though, right? Like,
Yeah.
Everybody talked, had a story.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't like, oh, here you go, and this is your story now.
Pallet Town, go.
Yeah.
That's another thing about Yokai Watch I do like. you know, in Pokemon, you start in a town and it's very linear. Yokai Watch, you start in like a city and you just go where the hell you want, wherever you want, whenever you
Yeah.
want.
I mean, I always enjoyed that about Pokemon games, to be true. Like, I just loved that there was a set expectation. Like,
I would kill for a Pokemon game that didn't have that, because for me, the best part of a Pokemon game is once I beat it and I'm now open to go and find and catch whatever I want.
yeah.
And if they could make a game that emulated that same style of Yokai Watch, where you're looking under cars or you're looking in bushes or trees or whatever, and finding Pokemon, I would love that. I mean, if they combine that with one of my favorite games of all time, if you call it that, Animal Crossing,
Yeah.
I'd be in love.
I would absolutely love a 3D open world Pokemon game. I've said it forever. I
Wouldn't
would
we
love
all?
it. That would be
Guess what?
the coolest
Coming
thing
next
ever.
year.
I'm sure it is, but
No, like you've heard.
It's gonna
about
be on the DS,
AR,
isn't it?
No, the AR game.
oh yeah, well,
Pokemon Go?
Pokemon Go is not the same thing.
Yeah.
But fuck you, it's not.
It's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be great.
I'm just saying. I play Ingress. I have Ingress on my phone.
Fuck Ingress. You just sit around. It was like, oh, I captured this.
That's
Nuh-uh.
not no. I mean,
Yeah, put it those portals
You
and stuff.
can if you sit in one spot that's publicly accessible.
And then yeah, you drive. It was like,
Everywhere.
okay, capture this. You can drive to another place. That's not. I want to walk around, use my phone, and be like, oh shit, there's a Bulbasaur.
Oh shit!
Like,
Bulbasaur.
wait, it's a Bulbasaur.
Okay, Mister,
I don't
just
care.
shat all over Bulbasaur.
You didn't let me finish my joke. It's like, it's a Bulbasaur. Pass along. We'll look for a Charmander. And
Grass
I
types
know,
represent all three of us.
I know what they're gonna do. Like, I know for a fact they're going to like find hiking trails and shit, and put the really rare shit on hiking trails.
Well, if
Dude,
it's
like-
anything like Ingress, the players create the environment.
I hope it doesn't. For Pokemon Go, I would love it if like legendary Pokemon were extremely hard to reach places. Like the top of Mount Fuji is where you catch Ho-Oh or something like that.
That would be
Like,
fucking legit.
it should. And then when you meet someone with one, you're like, you've been to
like-
the top of Mount Fuji. He's like, fuck yeah,
Dude,
I caught
what
this
if-
bastard.
What if fucking Arceus is at the top of Everest?
That's some hardcore shit.
So I'm saying, like,
Like fucking
do that.
Pokemon
and
Jesus is at the top.
do that and tell people that that's what it is.
Yeah.
But also, like, still allow other people, common people who don't climb Everest on, their off days,
Well,
access to
maybe if like you get multiples, you can be like, I don't want this guy anymore. Just let him
trade-
free.
a
and
trade
he runs
network.
away.
Yeah, that's the thing. If it doesn't have trading, it really needs to feel like the Pokemon world overlaid on top of ours, is what it needs to feel like.
Yeah.
It needs trading. It needs battling. It needs that stuff. Even if it's simplistic, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there are 720 Pokemon. Do not make it where fucking Rattata only grows in North America. Okay?
That's right. Could you imagine if Entei and Suicune and Raikou, like, fucking traveled across the continent like they did in the games, and you're like, there's like a fucking news channel, like, fucking, Suicune's over in North America.
Do you think there's not going to
That's
be
just
Twitch
it.
channels completely dedicated to be?
I'm just saying, like, a news channel that, like, literally, like, if you've played Black, the game that I got you, your bottom screen on your DS is like a news channel where
Yeah.
like, just in, there's a stampede of,
I just
whatever.
got an amazing idea. We pose as the film crew in the games and find people playing the game. I'd be like, do you have a moment to take a short interview?
We could do it.
What's one word
locally.
you'd use to describe yourself as a trainer?
We could do it locally. I would
Using
totally do
two
that.
words, what's your favorite kind of soup? And then
Or
we'll
we could
just broadcast that. No, they'd have to respond with something like you try to do in the games where you like do an innuendo with the few words they give you. Squirtle Hill.
Like if it has like some way of like I'm sure it will like have a way of tracking other trainers around you. Mm-hmm. I just want to sit on a trail like a bike trail or something. Just sit right there on the side.
I want you to be.
And
the
if somebody
hiker.
comes by, it was like just scream, "Do you like chocolate? I want to fight."
I want you to be the hiker because like I'm picturing hiker Casey wants to battle like
Dun,
the.
Dun,
the backpack with the lumberjack shirt and the beard, and he's got a hat on, and
That should-
like a Geodude next to him.
That should be a text that you could like send to other trainers, so they're walking by and just boop, boop, and look up.
These are legitimately good ideas. If you could set your trainer type and stuff in like the app, and it would send it to the other person, and you would actually see like the sprite and the little like battle
And it comes
tag.
up.
And then you had like
But then you have to roleplay and say something completely fucking random.
Right?
And then you have like a Tinder app that also like beeps whenever trainers are around. They're like, this trainer is the
Trainer. Call it trainer.
Trainer.
Without the E on the end. Done. You can have that one for free.
There's like local rankings. The higher you get, like the more
Yeah.
get like a gym leader
Yes.
designation.
What I'm waiting for is fucking Kanye West to like pick
man.
up on Pokemon Go and be like, let's fucking battle.
If I could fight Kanye West in a Pokemon battle, my
That's what I'm
life is
saying, like-
fulfilled.
I'm gonna
Kanye
get my
West-
zigzagoon on you. You ain't gonna feel nothing.
You don't think I will wait outside the fucking Grammys and ambush him?
That's what I'm saying. Like every year they pick the Elite Four, and it's like fucking Kanye West and fucking Barack Obama.
I imagine Kanye would have the one that like carries its face like with it. Hey, you face motherfucker, get that son of a bitch.
Oh man.
Oh Jesus!
Scream at him.
I can't wait for this to be like. I can't wait for kids to drop out of school and be like, "Mom, I'm going to be a Pokemon trainer."
So you were skipping school today, yeah? Well, there was a rare event, and I really had to catch the Arcanine. So
Because like you could release.
Like
Mewtwo at,
Mewtwo is at Grand
at a
Central
rave.
Station. Like
yeah.
No, I'm saying like you could like. Oh, here's Lollapalooza. Here's Jigglypuff.
They showed that. The trailer had the Mewtwo at New York Times Square, you know?
Well, I'm just saying like you could literally release a singing Pokemon at a music concert.
Yeah.
It could be on stage.
Shit, dude, that'd be awesome.
You're like Jigglypuff up there with the hologram of Tupac.
Yeah.
And you're like, you go up there like Kanye, and you're like, whoa, 1 second. I mean, Tupac had the best album of the year, but I gotta battle this Jigglypuff real quick. Let's throw it down.
So name a celebrity and what Pokemon they would have.
Oh.
Oh shit. Okay.
Christopher Walken. Pretty sure he'd have a Slowking.
I got this one. Jackie Chan would have a Hitmonlee.
I see what you did there.
It's better than Sock.
See what you did there.
Let's see, I'm going to really give this some
I
thought.
was actually gonna go with
Alice Cooper
Oh, man.
would have a Lickitung.
Not a
Wouldn't
licky-licky?
Gene Simmons wouldn't have a Lickitung?
I don't know. They both have those little tonguish.
Oh no, Gene Simmons would have a Haunter.
Good shit.
I think Zoe Deschanel would definitely have something like a Mareep.
I'm thinking Jason Statham, and he'd have a Togepi.
How the fuck do you shut this thing up?
Daniel Radcliffe would have a Pikachu.
I don't.
Yeah, lightning bolt, okay.
He does a lot of cocaine, so...
He did. Actually, I think he was an alcohol. I don't.
No, he's a cocaine
Is he?
addict, yeah.
Speaking of Daniel Radcliffe, he's going to be in the sequel to Now You See Me.
Oh, really?
Oh, is
Yeah.
Nifty.
he? Is he going to be like cameo, or is he going to be?
No, like he's going to be like a major character.
Oh.
Ooh.
I'm so glad that he didn't get typecast. Like
Right?
100%. Let's be real. He was a kid who played the same character for what, like
8 years?
9 years.
yeah,
something
9 or
like that.
10 years,
Yeah.
and now he's come out. Well, I mean,
I think he's a good
in
actor,
between,
too.
Oh, he's a pretty good actor. I've seen him in like
I haven't seen Horns yet. I
Horns
need to.
was phenomenal. I loved it. Tyler hated it. She's like, this is weird.
Yeah, it looks fucking weird.
And I'm like, fucking kid becomes devil. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like,
If you didn't expect weird from that, I mean...
like, he's got horns. Like, that's the name of the movie. But,
Daniel
I'll talk shit
Radcliffe,
about
if
it.
you want to come on the show,
Yeah.
we'd love to have you.
he's in the new Frankenstein movie with Jude Law, I think. Him and Jude Law are doing a Frankenstein movie.
didn't know that.
He did a thing with John Hamm on Netflix. I don't know if it's Netflix exclusive. I don't think so. Like, it's called The Good Doctor or something Doctor. It's actually pretty good, too.
All I know is he's a decent rapper.
Yeah, he can rap.
He
And-
can throw down
and an
some
American-
fire, I think is the way you say that.
In an American accent. He can rap.
Have you noticed that the Brits seem far better at doing an American accent than Americans are at doing a British accent.
I think we just try too hard.
Because playing Overwatch, Tracer, my god. The voice is, like, the character's adorable.
Yeah.
Is this our tangent? Are we tangenting?
Are we tangenting into it? I don't know, but, like...
Fucking straight into it.
Tangent round.
Like, her fucking... Cheers, love, the cavalry's here. It's like, oh my god, you couldn't have tried harder.
That's what Tracer sounds like?
Yeah. It's obviously a non-Brit doing a Brit accent. It's just
That's sad because, like, I listen to Mei, which is my absolute favorite hero on Overwatch, just from watching your guys' live stream. I was like, this is Anivia, and I love Anivia.
Oh, she's fucking awesome.
And she's, like, she sounds like a native Mandarin, like, speaker.
Most of them are. Like, the guys that do Genji and, oh, fuck, I forgot
Nobu?
the
No,
samurai.
Nobu's
the archer. Hanzo,
yeah.
They are Japanese as far as I can tell, because whenever they're doing their ultimate attacks, it's... What's our Jingo? I was like, oh, okay. I know the big dragon's coming now. Fuck. So
that ult is ridiculous.
That ult,
especially on the 3 maps that they give you, because it's like, oh, the last part of your map is a corridor where there's not a whole lot of room, and then here's like just ults, and then 3 people dead. And now I got to play of the.
I don't know if you. I don't know. Like every time it showed play the game with Hanzo, I was like, oh, I wonder if it's because he ulted.
Yeah,
and then it was.
Like, Travis was like, look, I bet he ulted. And then it's just like,
oh, look at that, he ulted. What I was playing as Pharah, and they were coming in to assault the payload and try to get control of it again. I took out 6 people with my ult, and I was like, fuck yeah, play the game. No, it was a goddamn, the Australian guy, Junkrat.
Yeah.
Used his fucking tire.
His rip tire.
And took out like 2 people and then shot another one. I'm like, fuck off!
Some of those play of the games were just like Hanzo, who's probably one of the cheapest fucking characters. I saw Travis play him at the end, like, yeah, he's a skill shot character.
Super
but it's still like,
character, yeah.
If you get anywhere near the head or like just hit them at all with an arrow, they're dead. Like,
well, if it's fully charged,
yeah. So, but it's just like, oh, that's fucking cheap.
That's a high risk, high reward though.
And he's mobile as fuck too. Like he scales walls.
Like that's one of the ones where if you are very skilled at the game, you do better with him. You know?
I think he's really easy to play. From what it looked like, it was just like
maybe Travis is just the shit.
I mean,
he is.
Well, there's a lot of people.
Travis is very good at FPS games.
Yes, he is.
So.
But there was a lot of people playing him, and it was just like, I mean, one-shot kills and then a fucking ult that kills everybody down the hallway.
I just hope that Blizzard's a company I love and hate in equal measure.
Oh,
I just hope that they take the design element of not nerfing that character and letting it play out for the beta and getting that data on how much it gets played, and then taking the idea of buffing other characters. Because you shouldn't nerf that experience. He sounds fun. He sounds like he's doing exactly what that character should be doing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But
he's a sniper. That's his class. Like,
yeah. I mean,
the 2 snipers, Widowmaker and Hanzo, they basically probably play almost exactly the same.
Yeah, but like they have really low base health.
Mm-hmm.
If you catch them, they're fucking dead.
They're glass cannons.
So they're balanced enough, in my opinion. The one thing that pisses me off right now so bad is Diva's ult.
I fucking love Diva. I would play...
Diva's awesome, but her ult range, when she throws out the fucking thing to the tank to blow up...
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! Like, I was playing as... I don't know if you saw any of that playing, but I was playing as Lucio, who can speed up everybody. Mm-hmm. I was at ground zero of the fucking mech, threw on my... speed buff, used the other ability that multiplies it, ran as far fucking away as I could, and did not die. No. That ult range is ridiculous.
I don't know about that. Like, that must have been a glitch or something, because from what I could tell,
happens
like...
constantly.
Because, I mean, does it hurt Diva if she's in the range?
Yes.
So the user who does the ult can get killed by her own ult?
Yes.
So, from what I could tell, that hardly ever happened.
So what happens is, what she will do is, she has her boost that lasts a set 5 seconds. Mm-hmm. You'll start the boost,
Yeah.
then hit the ult, jump
Well,
back.
you can do that, yeah.
And that's what most good players do.
Or you could be like, oh, look, I'm about to get fucking ousted from my mech. Let me hit this and blow
Well, if-
up and run.
See, the thing is, if the mech loses all of its health before
Well, I know.
it blows up, it stops the ult.
Oh, so...
Like, yeah, so
I see.
you have to do it like pretty much at full health on the mech.
That makes sense.
Full
I
armor.
was stoned to Overwatch, and I don't have the chance to play it, so I got myself out of it. Who is the Egyptian character in the Power Armor?
Farah, which is awesome.
Yeah.
And nobody
Apparently
knows how to
she's
play her.
completely airborne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whenever I see Farah players running around on the ground, I'm like, you're doing it totally wrong. Like,
She's
stop.
the one character that I really, really have attached to. And
I would
to play as.
I would 100% play Mei. I'd play Diva.
Mei is just adorable.
I know, Mei is adorable.
This is a pudgy little Chinese girl,
Yeah.
and she's
And
speaks with the Chinese accent. It's just adorable.
who else would I play? I don't like tracers.
I
They're just everywhere. Myself as a player, I would be like, well, where the fuck am I going now?
once
Like,
you play her though, she's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
That is a really cool and unique ability.
it is, but I'm just like, if you watch her, she literally runs circles around people. Like,
yeah, but her damage with the with the guns is not that good, and
Nope.
you have to reload constantly.
I didn't know. I don't think either of you guys played it on the live stream. Played Tracer on the live streams that I watched, but
Well, I did, but you didn't see my perspective.
yeah. So I didn't see the reload. I saw the countless fucking shots that come out of her pistols. They're just
Yeah.
like
It goes brrrr, and then you're done.
Oh.
That's the clip, and then you have to
It's
reload.
like an Uzi. It's like
Yeah.
Well, she's got two of them.
yeah.
Yeah, so you have to. She's mid range to short range, so you have to get up in their face to do anything.
yeah.
But it's so fucking awesome.
Oh, and then I'd play Bastion.
Bastion's.
So hard. I'd play Bastion.
I'm not good at him, but I like him.
And I think those are the three that I would play. Like outside of, I'd play Genji and Hanzo every now and then. Widowmaker. I'd probably play Reinhardt. I'd play Winston. You know, just as the tank. 'Cause
As
I
far
love
as the
Nunu.
tank goes, I like Winston better. I like his mechanics.
Oh yeah, I
better.
like Winston's better than Reinhardt because Reinhardt's. I mean, other than his shield is pretty cool, but other than
Well,
that,
Winston has a shield too. It's just a bubble shield.
yeah. But I mean, and it's not as powerful. I don't think it lasts as long as Reinhardt's. It's got like a 2,000 HP on it or something like that.
The thing that's really exciting about Overwatch, like you guys talking about it, made me think of this. This is the first original Blizzard IP in like what,
I know.
14
Like
years.
looking at it,
Totally.
it
original.
doesn't look like a Blizzard game.
And that's what's. And when you put the thing out about them exploring it through like animated shorts and comics, God, that made me so happy because that the intro clip they had, the reveal trailer they did, where it looks like a Pixar movie basically. It looks so good, and I want more of it.
Yeah.
Because the
That's
characters.
what
are
I'm saying.
cool.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm thinking it could actually happen because, like I said, Activision set up a division completely devoted to making movies and shows based on their IPs. They have a Skylanders show coming out next year. Skylanders.
I never saw it I never saw the appeal for it.
It's a fun game.
It
is
is
really
fun.
fun.
I mean, we owned some of them, and Jack loved it. I mean, my 4-year-old loves Skylanders, and we have it. And I refuse to buy them now because I've thrown
Yeah,
my lot in with
Amiibos.
Amiibo.
Yeah.
So if they made a game like Skylanders where I use my Amiibo, I would be homeless.
Well, they've got that. There's a new Amiibo game that came out, didn't there?
There is Animal Crossing
Yeah.
Amiibo Festival.
Yes, I think that was the one I saw.
I wanted to talk about Nintendo a little bit today. I wanted to talk about it in a very positive light.
Yeah.
But fuck that game and fuck Nintendo. That game and the new Mario Tennis games are games that they produce and put out just so they have a game out right now. That's all they are. The Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival is a cash grab piece of shit. It is a super slow version of Mario Party that requires you to use Amiibo to play. Like, you literally cannot roll dice unless you tap an Amiibo on the gamepad.
I mean, our Wii is acting up, and we use it to. Tyler and I use it to play. Games like we bought 2 copies of the new Super Mario Brothers, and both of them if either the discs have shit out because the system is scratching it, or the system is shit out and won't play the disc in it.
I have a spare Wii at my house. You can borrow
So we were gonna test the Wii before we bought a new one, but I was like, we could probably get a Wii U for pretty cheap.
You
like
can.
a used one.
You can, and I will stand by my stance that the Wii U has been the pinnacle of Nintendo. It's been an underdog, and people shit on it, but seriously, once you own one, it to me is as good as the N64 was.
As long as it's backwards compatible, I'll
It's
probably
backwards
buy it.
compatible with Wii games, and the virtual store.
Mm-hmm.
You can use all your Wii virtual store stuff. Because it is, I mean, you can launch the Wii menu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it also has the virtual store with just about any Nintendo game ever made.
Yeah. And I mean, it's going to be pretty cheap, and I think it's going to bring us a lot more fun time together.
It really is. It's by far has been...
Wii U is a much more polished Wii.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Like the Wii,
Ugh.
it had a rocky.
Post Wii Motion Plus, I would be like, oh yeah, this is a fun console with fun games.
Mm-hmm.
Pre Wii Motion Plus, I'm like, this fucking thing doesn't know where I'm at.
All of the shitty shovelware on the Wii too, like it was inundated with it.
And that's because it was cheap and everyone owned one. Even my in-laws own one, and they're 55. So everyone owned a Wii.
And it did all the things that Xbox and PlayStation really didn't. Like Xbox 360 didn't initially come out with Wi-Fi capabilities. You had to have an adapter for it. The Wii came out with Wi-Fi, and you could watch Netflix on it. Like, it wouldn't look the greatest, but...
Right?
Well, no, you couldn't watch Netflix on it for quite a while.
I'm not saying, like, it immediately came out with Netflix. I don't think Netflix became popular until after the Wii.
Yeah.
It's like, man, Netflix on a Wii 480p, fuck yeah.
Well, Netflix was mostly just, DVD rental at that point.
Yeah.
Before, when the Wii came out. Like, they didn't start streaming until very recently.
I recognize PC gaming as the true throne of gaming, and anyone who wants to get into gaming should always build a PC first. There is no debate to me on that subject.
Yeah.
But if you force me to pick between my Wii U and a PC, I would pick my Wii U right now. That's purely for me, because I admit that Nintendo is my first fandom. It always will be. I'll always go back to it. It's my Disney. It's all that to me. And having kids, it's allowed me to share those experiences with them. Like, especially with the Amiibo line. My son knows who Shulk is. Mm-hmm. Shulk from Xenoblade Chronicles.
I want to play Xenoblade Chronicles X so bad.
Oh, that's why I wanted to bring it up. Because that game is going to fucking blow people's minds.
I want it so bad.
Like, people think that The Witcher 3 and Grand Theft Auto are big games. Mm-hmm. They have nothing on Xenoblade Chronicles X. The map size is 400 kilometers. You can fit Skyrim in it like 10 times. Matter of fact, GameXplain did a video of one guy walking all across Skyrim, and another guy in his Skell, which is the mech in game, going as fast as they can across both maps. And the guy in the Skell on the Xenoblade Chronicles X map didn't even make it halfway across one half of the continent he was on when the guy crossed all of Skyrim. And he was going as fast as you possibly can on the motorbike version, flying over stuff, avoiding all fights. It is a ridiculously huge map, and none of it is procedurally generated. It's not randomly generated at all. It's all, like, handcrafted map design.
I'm loving the fact, like, I think I saw a little bit just to, hark back to Overwatch for a second. I think I saw some hand-drawn animations in Overwatch, and some of the effects and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of the effects are hand-drawn. It's awesome.
I'm like, this is amazing. Like, seeing,
like a
King's
lot
Quest.
of the bullet decals and the... stuff like that. Mm-hmm.
Some of them, they just look really good. Like, I think I was watching, I think it was, what's his name? Street Rat? What's his name?
Junkrat.
Junkrat. I think some of his action animations were hand-drawn with the smoke and the grenades and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, this is fucking badass.
Another thing I love about Junkrat. I adore Junkrat as a damage character.
Uh-huh.
Is if you die in the right place, he drops all of his bombs that he had, and they just all blow up at once, and it's fucking great.
I love it because you're like, here's some grenades, and here's a mine, and I'm gonna jump up, and then here's a tire that I just rip up and explodes.
I didn't even know. I didn't do this at all last night on the stream because I didn't fucking know I could. I was playing as Lucio, the DJ with the sonic gun and the healer guy. He can skate on walls.
Oh.
No idea. I just accidentally jumped next to a wall, and he was like, what? And I stayed on the wall. I was like, hand on the... I'm like,
Hanzo can run up. Like, I saw him literally in a tunnel, and he went up the wall and kind of, like, ran along the ceiling and came back down the other side. So he did, like, a fucking...
Hanzo and Genji are crazy.
You know what's brilliant about these games? They're fun to watch.
Oh, they are fun to watch.
Gaming is a spectacle now. And Overwatch...
Esports.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it the other day because of how much I hate Jimmy Kimmel. But... no, not really. I don't hate him. I just think it was an extremely ignorant thing to say.
Yeah.
And
I agree with you 100%.
It was, but
it wasn't even that
People-
funny. Like,
no, it wasn't that funny. But really, did we need to?
I think I think our, gamers as a society blew up a little bit too much.
A little?
But that's just the way, that's not all gamers, and that's also on the internet, so you're
Hashtag not all gamers.
halfway anonymous, and that's also, you sprinkle in some SJWs and whoever else wants to get pissed over little shit. And I'm not, like, blowing up and like, oh, I'm going to kill Jimmy Kimmel, or however, I don't even know how high or how hot-headed some of these people got, but I'm just like...
To show how ignorant he is, I work in an extremely stodgy corporate environment. Most people I work with are over 50. Me and 2 other people are not. I would say out of the 10 people that sit in my row, 6 of them are playing Fallout 4 right now.
Yeah.
They're not gamers at all. The guy that sits next to me is nearly 60. He lives in Republic. He has a quiet home. He bought Fallout 4 because he heard people talking about it. And he plays it in parallels on his Mac.
Yeah.
And he's not a gamer at all. That's the one game he plays. Gaming is not a seedy, dank thing anymore. It's just everyone plays some sort of game. My grandma plays Tetris.
It's almost like Japan, like where you get into Japan and like everybody plays games, like all kinds. Everybody watches anime. Everybody, not everybody. I'm not saying like fucking Miyazaki is fucking
salarymen don't
playing
have time, but
video games.
Well,
Or
no,
whatever.
like it's Japan is the anime community and moe bullshit and all that stuff is. I mean, the gaming term whales.
Yeah.
Do you know? For free to play games, whales are the ones that keep them afloat. It's the 1% that spend way too fucking much.
Yep.
To keep the company afloat.
like the
thousands.
EVE Online people.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Otaku are the whales of Japan. It's not that widely watched and stuff. It's just there are dedicated fans that do it.
Because I
Like everybody will read manga,
yeah.
but as far as anime fandom and buying stuff, not.
Well, I'm not saying
really.
everybody's super into it. I'm not saying everybody's an otaku over there. I'm saying from what I saw, from my viewpoint or the way I perceived it, was you'd have a businessman who worked at a bank or whatever, and he had a 9 to 5 and he had a wife and kids,
Try
and he'd
9
come
to
home.
12.
Yeah.
Whatever.
They don't come home.
You
from
know
the
what I
office.
mean by 9 to 5. Shut your mouth.
The reason they're not having kids is because they're all working.
I'm saying
70-hour weeks.
the Japanese equivalent of an American family, average American family. He comes home and he just sits, he watches anime. He plugs in and, drinks a beer or whatever they do. I don't know if they fucking do that over there in Japan.
No, they do, but
okay. There we go.
most of the time it's.
Let's just go full racist. They pour some sake in their kimonos, and they sit underneath
They
their
pour it
heated.
into their kimonos.
Yes, and they sit in their heated table, and they whip out their old Super Nintendo.
I want
and
one of those so bad.
The heated
They are
table.
awesome.
So bad. A Tokatsu, yes, I want one.
I wouldn't sit on the floor to use it.
I want one that's they will build special floors with a recessed area underneath.
Oh, yeah.
I would totally have one of those.
That'd be pretty cool.
No, but the 3DS is a good example of how indicative it is of Japan, because the 3DS outsells the Wii U by such a huge
If it
margin.
made phone calls, I'd be like, this is what I'm carrying for the rest of my life.
If I may theorize a bit, Nintendo has talked briefly about NX, their next project, and they refuse to say it's a console. It's a platform. And you may have seen my Facebook rant. I'm convinced that it's something akin to an operating system. Because they've talked about... I've got so obsessed with this, I've been reading old board meeting notes.
Wow.
Don't joke, I'm serious. And they've talked about how the problem that they faced is that they've always had a handheld and a console that run on different platforms. One's ARM PC, one's PowerPC right now. So anyone that wants to develop for both has to develop for both separately. And they want to have a unifying system where you can develop for one core system and then it would work for all platforms. And they go on to say in another board meeting that those platforms or form factors don't necessarily need to be home console and handheld. It could be up to multiple, like the way Google does it. They have a Google Player, they have the Chromecast, they have Android phones, Android tablets. So I think NX is going to be something akin to an operating system that will run on multiple things. And then you can develop for NX, and it will run on all those systems.
What I think it is, I think Nintendo's going to buy Nokia. And they're going to come out with the next Engage.
I will say, if Nintendo makes a phone, I'll buy it day one. Day one.
I'll check it out.
I will. I'll buy it day one. I don't care. And even they have a new app that came out with called Nintendo Badge Arcade. Mm-hmm. That's kind of skeevy a little bit, but you win. It's a claw machine that you win badges to decorate your 3DS with.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's not free. You pay $1 to get 5 plays.
Oh, shit.
And they have an actual skeevy bunny arcade guy who, like, always tries to, like, upsell you. The only reason I find it tolerable is they're so transparent about it. Most of these games almost try to make it, like, accidental when you spend money. Because kids do that. They just press yes, you know?
What was that one kid who bought an app that was, like... It's like an architecture or drafting app on the iPhone that was, like, some crazy amount of... Like $800 or something like that. It was an app that was $800.
That's because Apple requires you to have a credit card on file.
Yeah.
But yeah, so when
That's
you
not stupid at all, but whatever.
Right, like when you open this Nintendo Badge Arcade, it's like a sleazy arcade guy trying to upsell you. Like when you get a free play per day, you can win them.
Oh.
And when you're done, he's like, "How about you switch over to plate games? It's only 5 for $1." And he like does little like finger guns at you, and you can like, "No, not really." He's like, "Oh, that's cool. That's fine. You just come back tomorrow." So, but yeah, you see that kind of stuff that they're doing, and I think they are pushing towards a more unified platform. So, I'm hoping they do.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
I think we're done talking about Nintendo.
I'm never done talking about Nintendo.
Oh, sorry.
How about those amiibo?
What are we gonna?
I got one of them.
transition to?
Did
It
you?
was my 3DS.
Did you?
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I think I got Pikachu.
Pikachu?
Yeah.
Screw your Pikachu.
That's rude.
I don't want to admit how many I own.
I've seen them.
I really don't.
It's ridiculous.
We haven't paid full retail price for any, but I think 3 of them.
Yeah.
Because Leah gets a employee discount, and we have a whole bunch of like we capitalize anytime Toys R Us has a deal. So almost every time we buy any, we've got like buy one get 40% off the next. And even so, I don't want to admit how many I have. It's not all of them though.
This
Unfortunately.
is why you don't become a fanboy.
It started with just buying Link, and then like, well, I had to have Zelda and Ganon, and I had to have them. I might as well get Sheik and Toon Link, and Jack wants a Charizard,
Yeah.
and Leah wants a Yoshi.
And then all of the Pokemon.
Right. Well, now there's Animal Crossing ones, so I had to have those too. I own 36 amiibos.
I used to be a fanboy for stuff, like lots of stuff, but it's just like, you know what?
It's too expensive.
It's not. It's just not too expensive. It's also
It's stressful.
your mind gets into this cult of personality about it, and it's just like you lose all rational thought when it becomes to the subject you're talking about. It's just like, wait a minute.
Like Digimon? No.
No, like,
Little monsters.
Oh.
all right, one final bit of news that I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
It was revealed yesterday by Alex Hirsch that this is the final season of Gravity Falls. This
That was quick.
apparently has been in planning since the season started.
Oh.
He said from the beginning, I intended to tell a story of one summer with these characters. That's it. And I am not surprised, given what's been happening in the show. If you guys have followed it, not surprised, and I'm not unhappy because, well, we'll see whenever the finale comes out.
Yeah.
But so far, I have not had a single episode of that show that I didn't like. It's fantastic, and I'm glad that he stuck to his guns and was like, "Look, I want this to have a beginning, middle, and an end." And he's saying it's an end. So
Still haven't seen it.
Coming out on a high note.
Is it good on? Is it as good as? Your zipper's undone. Is it as good as Rick and Morty?
I adore it as much as Rick and Morty. It's
Completely different.
a more positive version of Rick and Morty, and more positive and less, dark and
Nihilistic.
and actually, it might be in the same universe as well.
Oh yeah, I heard
So,
about that.
but
Well, isn't
Yeah.
everything with the whole
Yeah.
Tommy Westfall thing?
yeah, but specifically, there are things with portals that happen
Yeah.
in both of them. But yes, So I just was, yeah. Good on you, Alex, for
I'll
having
watch
an end in mind.
Oh, I think that's it. I'm done.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Literally.
You kids. Thanks for listening. If you've kept on this long. Yeah, and yeah, this is done. I'm not even gonna out. Whatever.
Peace.
Later.
War.